Hello everyone and welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club. Today we're going to load the game that I forgot the intro last time. I should have said that from the beginning. But anyways, I just don't read script very often, and yes, it's close to midnight again. It's 11:21. But yeah. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, this story isn't about a ghost at all. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. As if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gleamingly... I don't know. If anyone is kind enough to actually help me pronounce this in the comment sections, go ahead. There we go. Gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their impressive poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. I was struggling just as much as Natsuki. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Sometimes this is my scale between my writing, because if it comes down to me having to put down a serious part in a story, let's not compare it to any of my essays that I've ever written in my entire life. My earbud just fell off. Let's compare it to one of my novels, I guess you can call them, that probably no one that is subscribed, let alone watching this video, has ever read. But let's just say these two are the literal scale between my writing. Like, it can be cute and nice and just a meme in general, or it can be something only William Shakespeare can pull off within this day and age. cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly not about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know. I probably read that wrong, but yeah, who cares? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Serena did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing skill. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And they liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. I'm impressed by literally everyone. Everyone's writing skills here, better than mine. Oh, the music stopped. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... Give me a moment, I need to fix the audio. This is nice. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. I don't know if you can hear me, so I'm gonna end up holding the mic. Maybe you're just jealous that they appreciate my advice more than they appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you full of yourself? Actually, I appreciate everyone's advice. No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as they started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Yeah, I was just dazing off. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. Someone fix the coding in these NPCs, please. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective... You haven't looked at my rough draft for my story, Natsuki. Then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poem all cultivated for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. I just find hers easier to read and much better because short attention span, but help me explain that to her. Wait, there's a reason you have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right? There's a time and a place, and sometimes I don't need to express my emotions. Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? That's a good question. It's not like I know everything about writing, I really don't. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course that's going to be... I'm terrible at conversation. Help me, Sayori. Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead, I turned to Yuri. Yuri... But Yuri's expression is so defensiveless that I can't bring myself to saying anything to her. I'm sorry if my mic went all the way to where you couldn't hear, but yeah. Sayori! Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Well, maybe don't make this public in the first place, and you won't have people being affected. Like, you can do this in a Discord call for all I care, but why are you saying that it doesn't matter even though you're in a public space? This is like so many other YouTube situations that I, as a whole, cannot even try to talk about. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never! It's your immunity that's made her upset in the first place. Actually, it's both of you continuously arguing like a bunch of little schoolgirls. Yeah, I said it. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why no one likes... Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people. And I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they've always were. Big and beautiful. When did boobs start becoming a natural thing to just plop into conversation here? Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, this is why Sayori is vice president. Oh, I whispered to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You could count on me. Monica smiled sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. And that's where we're going to end this, because I have videos to edit and I need to try to get this out. So we're going to save, and then main menu this time. We're not going to forget the outro. And thank you so much. Thank you everyone so much for watching DDLC. I know I make terrible content on YouTube, but hey, you clicked on it. But anyways, I hope to see you in the next video by next week, because yeah, that will be fun. I'm going to do the next part because yeah, that's predictable. And yeah. That's the end of the video. If you want to watch a TED Talk, then just say so in the comments, and if you get many likes on that comment, then maybe I'll do a TED Talk. But it's not really a TED Talk either. It's more so like random shower thoughts from Tumblr mixed with No Nuance November from TikTok, mixed with the random stupid things that I get off the internet along with my head, but they for some reason actually make sense. Maybe you guys can help with theories, I don't know. Yes, I am trying to just waste a little bit more time so I can actually get a pretty decent outro. Okay, bye.